Hello.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the Just Saying podcast.
Hello.
Podcast where we just say things. I need a better intro.
Yeah.
That's not really good.
This is my podcast where you just say things.
Yeah, it's a podcast where you just say things. It's just not really. Does that ring? Does that
I don't
sound?
really know. It's kind of ironic,
Yeah.
but I don't know. We'll work on that.
Yeah. So where's Mike been?
Mike who?
The third host.
Oh, the third.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Third host is a ghost.
I don't know where he's been. Mike, if you're listening,
Hello. Yes.
It's a weekly podcast. So the concept behind that is we put out so far it's been me and Amanda put out a podcast each week. So
as often as we can, at least.
text me back. I kind of need communications for you to be a co-host. Amanda, you've been busy with school, right?
Oh, yes. Have I been busy with school?
Oh.
I basically have 4 more weeks left of my program altogether.
Nice.
But everything that has to do with assignments and projects and finals and evaluations is all being jam-packed into these next 4 weeks. I literally do not have a day to spend just chilling. It is going to be exhausting, especially because I'm graduating after this. So it's like, of course, the final crunch is going to be a really difficult one, but hey, it's all good. The light's at the end of the tunnel, so I'll keep going. I'm just tired. Whew. The amount of coffee I go through in a day is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was like messing with the gain while
I
you're
could
talking.
tell. I was going to
So
say.
when I'm editing this, I'll find out if it sounds good or not.
Cool beans?
Yeah. So I was a guest on a podcast, Amanda. Did I tell you about that?
You did. You
Yeah.
mentioned that to me earlier. Tell everyone about it.
Well, the website's called Rabble Press, and they do a lot of like geeky kind of podcasts. They have a podcast for movies, a podcast for like Doctor Who. Then they make like special podcasts for like certain TV shows and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And they have a podcast for video games. And you know I like video games, right?
No.
Yeah, video games
What?
are fun.
Who would have thought?
I
You?
love them, especially with all the video game sound effects in this podcast, you know, that I add in.
You wouldn't have had a clue.
Like this one,
Come on.
and this one,
Yep.
and even this one.
Oh,
You like that one?
I do.
That's a good one.
It's a
Wait, here.
very good one.
Here's another one. That was good. You like that? See, I'm a good editor. I like to edit. Anyway, wait, one more. Okay, I'm done. I was on their podcast because I'm a longtime listener of their podcast, and they're starting to get really, really popular. And I asked them if I could, come on and promote my podcast, and I did. So yeah, they're really, really a bunch of cool guys. It's interesting being on their podcast because I was like listening to them talk. Mm-hmm. And it was like I'm listening to because I always listen to I always listen to their podcast, so it was interesting just like hearing their voice talking and then talking to me. It was kind of like jarring at first. Plus, I never did that kind of thing because I was doing it through Skype, by the way.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of jarring. It was kind of crazy, but it was cool. They're a really, really good podcast, and they're getting better and better. It's like a bunch of friends from Burlington and Hamilton, talking about their love for video games, basically.
But that's awesome.
Yeah.
And they have a fan base and an audience and followers, and that's cool. They just do what they want to do and talk about what they want to talk about. Yeah. Much like what we're doing right now.
It's fun. It's interesting.
Tis.
This is the interactive experience. That's what I'll cut that out.
Sure.
Like, they asked me questions about the fact that I only play Nintendo systems because I grew up like a Nintendo person.
Yeah, you seem to you monopolize Nintendo in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it was my childhood.
It's even your mouse pad.
It's a Super Nintendo mouse pad.
Yeah.
How did you notice that? That's awesome.
I did.
Remember Mario Paint for the Super Nintendo?
I do remember Mario Paint. That was my favorite.
I
would spend hours playing Mario Paint.
Wait, your dad had it first. I remember when we were kids. Yeah, your dad had the Mario Paint first, and then I begged my dad to get me Mario Paint.
I remember every time I used to go visit my dad, I used to make him turn on the Nintendo 60. Oh my goodness.
Not the 60. I had the 64.
Cut that out. I made him whip out the Super Nintendo and like plug in Mario Paint, and I would just go off.
Yeah, he's just making everything.
I can't believe I said N64 instead of Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
I was talking about N64 today, too, at work with a bunch of the kids, because they were telling me how they play Smash Bros. And I'm like, no way, I grew up with that. Yeah. And they were talking to me about, like, what their most played characters were. And I was like, guys, I was always Yoshi or Peach or something like that. And they were like, of course. So funny.
Yeah, and they also asked me about I have an amiibo collection.
Oh, right.
Which are like the little Nintendo figurines.
Which is cool.
Yeah, they're interesting.
It's cool.
It's cool.
By the way, random thing from our childhood that's coming back now. Pokemon cards. They're like super popular now with kids that are like 10. They like
true, I can see that, yeah.
It came back. I literally saw a bunch of kids like dealing like Pokemon cards. Not dealing them, but
That's
like trading
cool.
them. And I'm like, no. I remember this happening when I was your age. Like but they disappeared for a while and now they're back.
No, they've always been around. They just like kind of like weren't as popular.
No,
I guess.
they like exploded. They're so popular among kids right now. It's awesome. It makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. It's like the same feeling you get when you see kids running around outside playing on the streets instead of like playing video games. But I get that with Pokemon cards. Yeah.
When I was a kid, I like spent $1 on each Pokemon card. I talked about that in the last podcast one time.
Oh, you know what I remember? Do you remember Wally's Variety Store across from our school?
Yeah.
We would go.
It wasn't called Wally's, but we'd call it Wally's.
It was San Antonio Variety, but because Wally was the owner and he was awesome, we used to call it Wally's Place, like Wally's Store.
He was like our uncle.
Yeah, we'd get slushies, and then they had these machines where you could like buy Pokemon cards, like a pack of them for like $1. Those were the best. And the 5-cent candies.
Yep.
I miss that place. Good times. I wish I had my old Pokemon cards. I wish I do. And Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I'm sure like they're still popular too.
Yeah.
Another thing that I saw today though at work, because I work with kids. Well, I'm sure anyone that pays attention and
you're a
follows the
social.
podcast,
Social service worker.
Yeah, but I specialize in like working with kids and stuff like that. So, anyways, I'm at work today. I heard about the Pokemon cards, but I also saw one kid walk in with a Walkman and headphones.
CD Walkman?
A CD Walkman.
Or a cassette, because I have a cassette Walkman.
No, it was a CD Walkman.
Nice,
I haven't used a Walkman since I was 14 years old. And I saw, like, I actually found my Walkman while unpacking, because I moved this past weekend.
Yeah, you'll get into that.
I'll get into that after, but
Okay.
I found it. And then ironically enough, I see this little girl walk in. I was facilitating an art class tonight, like I was running it. A kid walked in with a Walkman and I literally stopped everything I was doing. I was like, no way. You have a Walkman? And it was so cool. She had like a mixed CD in there too.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really neat. I was kind of brought back. It made me a little happy inside, like, yeah.
When I was in high school, I had a Walkman. I would walk to and from school just listening to the same CD.
Oh, yeah. I
great.
would do the same thing.
Yeah.
I had, I would keep an album of CDs in my backpack with me. And at recess, I would carry it around with me when I was, like, still in elementary school. I think I had it for, like, I had an iPod by the time I got to high school, but, like, I remember. That thing was my life.
It was mine, too, yeah.
And now I see kids always walking around with iPhones.
Yeah, and they're streaming everything, With their data plan.
Yeah, so now I see this kid with a Walkman and I'm like, no way. It kind of like brought me back and it humbled me a little almost. I know it's kind of sad, like technology kind of humbled me, but it's old school, you know?
But the thing with the Walkman is that when you're a kid, you're kind of like, okay, I have one CD. I have to like make that last. Or like, when I was a kid, I would like save up money and I would go out and buy CDs.
Yeah, you had tons of them. You still have them.
I still have them all too. I didn't sell any of them. And I even have like some that you can't get anymore. So,
Which is
and some that I'm extremely embarrassed to own. And some that I'm like, why did I get that in the first place? You know what I mean? So
I do.
I have so many genres of different music, and my chair keeps squeaking.
It does.
Ugh, I heard that in the Rabble Press podcast that I did. Oh, by the way, I'll just saying, you guys should check out Rabble Press Interactive Experience if you're a video game fan, because they're really awesome. I'm gonna leave the link in the description.
Cool.
I know it's like the middle of the podcast, and I finally promote them, but I'll promote it at the end if I remember.
You were talking very fondly about them before too, though, so I wouldn't say that you didn't promote them. You've been promoting them the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. That's the entire podcast. Just saying, guys, you should check out Rabble Press Interactive Experience because they promoted my podcast, which is really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
I have to explain to them why I chose to only play Nintendo systems and so it's funny. But
Yo, Sal.
Yo, Amanda.
You know what I did last weekend?
So what did you do last week?
I mentioned it before. Take a wild guess.
You're moving. You moved.
I moved.
How did that go? It must be interesting.
Well,
you went from living with our extremely talkative grandmother.
Talkative? You want to use the word talkative?
Yeah, I don't want. Yeah.
Okay, in like the nicest,
I don't want to be mean.
way possible. Like, no, there's nothing really mean to say. She's just very eccentric.
Yeah, she's not afraid to say what's on her mind, basically.
Not afraid to do or say what she wants or
and
pleases.
repeat it.
And repeat multiple times.
So you know what she's saying.
And she's literally one of a kind. But the thing is...
I want her on this podcast.
That would be pretty funny.
Great.
That would be hilarious.
But I don't want like the aunts and the uncles or anything to like get
no.
mad at us for that or anything.
Oh no,
but
I'm sure that wouldn't happen. But anyways, no. I lived with my grandma for like 2.5 years.
Has it been 2.5 years?
It was 2.5 years. Yeah.
Wow, it must have been longer for you.
Too long. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah. Wow.
I love. We call her Nonna. It's the Italian
that's how you
thing.
say it in Italian.
It's how you say it in Italian. I love my Nonna. I love her to the moon and back. She's got a heart of gold. But living with her was I if I could go back 2.5 years, I would avoid living there.
Amanda.
No, honest to God, it's not just my Nonna. Like I love her.
Kifa.
But it was just like the house itself and all the animals. Like there was too many.
Oh yeah, she's a cat
It wasn't
person.
a well-kept house, and like no matter how much me and my mom cleaned it, it was like too much damage.
Yeah.
And there was just no privacy whatsoever. So
That's an old house too.
It's an old house.
Yeah.
And now the house that we live in now, we just did some renovations, and I finally have my own room where I don't have to keep all my stuff condensed in, a small 4-corner radius. Like,
it's a nice room too. I saw it on Snapchat. It's really nice.
It's a really nice room. It's homey. I'm comfy. I feel like I've been there forever, and I've been there for less than a week. Like, it's really cool. I don't know. It's just nice to finally have that kind of change.
Yeah, new beginning, I guess.
New beginnings. It's a beautiful thing. New beginnings, fresh start. And it just so happens, like, this is all happening. Okay. I'm moving.
Yeah.
I'm graduating.
Yeah.
I got a new job where apparently I'm being, like, they have plans for me at my new job. Like, they want me to move up, and we're discussing it tomorrow.
And I'll talk about my experience with that, too.
Yes.
Jobs.
We're getting back to that.
Okay, we're getting there.
But see, all of that is happening. Plus, I'm going on my very first big trip in 3 months.
Oh, my goodness.
Excited. Oh, my God. Yes. Pumped.
Okay, I shouldn't
Can't
do
wait
that.
to be all adventurous and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to go, anyways, that's when that time comes, I'll get more excited about that then. But
it sounds like I don't have to edit much of this podcast. That's pretty good.
yeah, oh my goodness, look at all this time.
We're talking so concisely.
Discussing things.
And there's no gaps and
No, there's just a couple, but that's okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But
Go back to it. Yeah, just keep talking. Yeah, keep talking.
Salvatore. Okay.
Hi.
Yeah, you know how I was talking about how things were changing at my job?
Yeah, it's a good thing, right?
It's an amazing thing. Oh my God.
Boy.
So optimistic.
Oh,
but what's
boy.
going on your end? You mentioned a little something.
Oh yeah, I had a job interview this past. I don't want to.
He had a job interview.
I think Monday this week, so it was very, very recent. It was at a local television station. I don't want to say names because I know people that work there listen to this podcast, so I don't want to. I'm not talking bad about the company or anything. I'm just saying how I felt. I love how the name of the podcast just comes out.
It's like butter.
It's great.
It just comes out.
It grows on you too. I actually wanted to change the name of the podcast.
Delicious and smooth.
Just saying. I feel like I was very qualified for it. The job asks for a certain experience.
And you got.
And they were looking for the experience that I was I had.
How flattered are you?
But a lot of people, because I don't know if you heard about Sun TV shut down.
Oh yeah, I
that
did
TV
hear
station.
about that. Yeah.
So they're actually they had a lot of those people from there. So I had big competition to get in.
Yeah, those are big shoes to fill.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just saying.
That's exciting.
Bing,
Hey,
another
take
drop.
that as a big pat on the back and a compliment. To you.
It was. Yeah, it was really
resume.
sweet. I did a lot of research before I went to the interview, but apparently something happened over the summer that was a big news story that would affect the job that I was going into.
Okay.
So basically the CRTC wants to abolish something that blah blah blah. I don't want to say.
Fair enough. Keep it simple.
But it was such a big deal. So basically so that was a big thing.
Yeah.
That I should have known was going on, but I somehow didn't know about it. Well, I didn't. Yeah. So when she asked me, I basically told her, I didn't know about it. Because the worst thing you can do is try to bluff it and just say, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, okay.
No,
right,
because
okay,
what if they ask you?
Yeah, exactly.
What if they ask you, what do you know about this?
What do you
know about that? And you sit there and you have that smile on your face and it suddenly turns into a, oh crap.
Yeah, if I was an interviewer, I would know see right through that. So I'm not going to be a dummy in that situation.
And you know
I'm
what?
Gonna be honest.
It shows more character that you're being honest and saying, "Hey, sorry."
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't looked into that, but
I said that. Yeah.
I will now that I know. It's something to look into.
And she told me about it and stuff.
And that's cool. Good,
but
good
as soon as she said that, I'm just like, okay, I didn't know it. There goes that. But she was cool. Like they were their attitude toward it was really cool.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I told them like my passion was in television and that I was really really interested. And the thing is, I'm 24. I'm getting so old. Is like, come on. Like, I graduated. I was in college for this stuff when I was 17.
Yeah.
And I graduated when I was like 20 something, 22. 21. I would say, 21. Around 21, 22, I graduated from this thing, and I'm still not doing a job. And that was the first thing she asked me when I got into the first question was, so what have you been doing this whole time? Basically the question was, why haven't you gotten a job yet? And I'm just like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, I know. Why haven't I got a job yet? And it's just terrible. I'm just like,
I would start, honestly, volunteer. Start volunteering.
Yeah, I used to, yeah.
No, you need to continue. I swear. If I wouldn't have gotten halfway where I was if it wasn't for, like, volunteer work.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And, like, again, take on jobs and stuff like that because you're gonna get hired. Like, I'm telling you right now, someone is going to give you a shot and see your potential.
That would be amazing.
And which it is, and it will be. I know. Like, I support you all the time. Like, you are.
You're the best.
Like, I know this is like a sentimental cousin moment, but like,
you're so there, but you're great.
This kid's like my cousin. I mean, well, he's my cousin, but I meant to say he's like my brother. Like.
Oh yeah,
you know,
we grew up together.
We grew up together.
That's why we're.
I got your back.
Yeah. This podcast works because there's like, oh, let's just keep talking like we always talk to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
You're taking the cover off my piano.
I messed up, yeah. I kind of like bumped into it in the college.
Let's leave it.
You know what I had today? I had a really good cookie. I know that's really random. I just had a really good cookie today, and I thought I should announce it.
Okay.
Have I ever mentioned my love of food?
Oh,
Can we have a podcast about food?
Yes, we're going to do that.
Oh my goodness, I could rant about food. I actually have a cooking class at work now because I love food.
That's great.
Yeah.
So my interview.
And we might be doing an art crawl at Kiwanis Boys and Girls Club. It's possible. And
why are you pointing at the microphone like it's a person?
I'm really excited. I'm just thinking about it. Actually, yeah. But I might be doing like a food truck sort of thing.
That's awesome.
With my kids I teach. So like.
Yeah.
More details to come.
And while you're pointing at the microphone.
I'm sorry, I just got really excited. I thought about something because I was thinking about food, and when I think about food, it's like a shining light bulb above my head.
It's not a camera, Amanda. It's audio only.
I'm sorry.
That's
I
funny.
just got warm and fuzzy inside. Continue on about your interview. I apologize. I had a moment.
It's all good. So yeah, my interview went all right. First thing she asked me was, why haven't you been doing anything? And technically, I told them, like, 2012, I did the interview downtown at that editing place. 2013, I did the interview at the big TV station that I was doing. You're cracking your knuckles.
I apologize.
I don't want to say. I don't want to say the name of that. I don't want to say where
just
I work.
Don't say names.
Yeah. I don't want to say anything about where anyone here works because I don't want. Because they can, if someone doesn't.
You can cut out the whole food crawl thing if you want, but that was a funny combo.
No, I'm gonna keep that in.
Keep that in. If anything, I like my job, and I have nothing bad to say about it. So
true.
I have no problem admitting that.
Yeah.
I will keep everything else hypothetical. Anyways, continue.
So yeah, 2012 I was doing something. 2013 I was doing something. 2014 that was a strange year for me because I didn't really do anything, but I was trying to get somewhere. But I couldn't get any. I wasn't getting any bites. I was applying and not getting any called backs.
True.
And people were like, "Yeah, we'll keep your resume on hand." Like, keep it. Yeah, person. So yeah, 2014 was interesting because I started this podcast in 2014.
Okay.
And okay, that's going to sound really annoying in post.
Sorry. It's just like a fidgety thing. I feel like fidgeting today.
Okay.
I'll stop.
Yeah.
Try.
I actually found out, because when I was interviewing people, I was doing this with my hand. Mm-hmm. I was just, kind of rubbing it back and forth, and I actually never knew that. I actually picked it up. Doing this actually picks up.
I can hear that. It's like a shuffling.
I was doing it slowly like this, and it was still picking up.
Sal shuffles every day.
Every day I'm shuffling. Okay. Where's this podcast going?
I really don't know.
I was somewhere in between my job interview and
then and then I started fidgeting.
I gotta stop playing with my beard too because that's
the sound of a good beard being shuffled.
Yeah. There you go. So my interview. Yeah, my interview. Interviews. It didn't go well. Yeah, I said a lot of things, and I really tried to show them that I was really, really interested in the job. Because at the end of every interview, you have the opportunity to ask them questions. And when in school, like I learned, you should always ask the right questions at the interview, not for them, but for you, so you know what you're getting into. And one of the questions I asked them was, is there any opportunity for me to move up in the company at any point? And they basically said no. So basically, it would be a dead-end job. It was only part-time.
Oh.
I would be paying, a little bit more than minimum wage, which is good, like $15 an hour. That's good. But there is no way I could move up in the company or move around in the company and help out other companies, other parts of the company. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but here's a thought.
Yeah.
Because I know you just got a promotion at your current job.
Yeah, and I'm like moving around in that company too.
Which is good.
Like tomorrow I'm going to be working something in a completely different part of the company than where I was working today.
Which is awesome.
Which I like.
But I'm saying, this is my suggestion to you.
Yeah.
Hypothetically speaking, the place that you got interviewed at for this job that you were saying is dead end.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps they offer you a position part-time.
Yeah.
You take on the position, but you also keep working at the other job too.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And then you keep working there for a few months, maybe a year, part-time at the job
TV
that you
station.
just talked about, the TV station. Get some experience.
Yeah.
Get some experience. Get as much as you possibly can.
Yeah,
Suck every
true.
single drop of life from that job experience. Even though you know it's not going to get you anywhere, it's still current experience.
That's true.
And then once you gain more experience, you start applying to other jobs. They see that you're working currently and getting more experience currently, and that you're learning new things currently, they're going to be more obligated to interview you and take a look at your credentials and give you more of a chance.
True.
Personal opinion.
Yeah, I know. I didn't give up when I heard that.
Good.
I'm just saying. Like
I think
you said.
you need a little bit of a mix-up, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that might be good for you. A little bit of a twist. I think it's time for a bit of a plot twist in your life.
Yes.
The good kind, though.
Excellent.
Best kind. Kind of like me right now.
Yeah.
I did not expect to get a job before I finished school.
That's
a
awesome.
job where they were like, we'll start you off small, and now my supervisor's like, we love you, we want to do more with you, we're going to talk about changes for you, and literally starting next month, guys. Ew, I'm so excited.
I'm yawning.
Sal, I have faith in you.
Thank you. I really suck with job interviews because I never.
You need to be more confident in yourself.
I was extremely confident going into that one until they brought up the whole CRTC thing, abolishing thing, this and that. Because I was just like, wow, that does not look good. I really dropped the ball right here because it was like that's something I should have known.
Yes.
Like that was a big thing going on in the world of the television industry that I did not know, going into a job that is directly affected by that thing going on in the television industry.
Well,
so that really like hit me hard. But going in, I was like, yes, I know you. You were my teacher. You're cool. I don't know you, but I'm going to
like a good human being.
You are going to hire me.
Oh, see, that's a good attitude.
See how I'm pointing? See how, like, I'm pointing.
I really need to
I'm emoting.
I'm sorry, I just had a random thought. But no, I'm gonna leave that random thought in the dust because
we're at like half an hour.
Yes.
Let's just make this go. Let's just bring this out for another 15 minutes and then we can call it a day. Night.
15 minutes?
Day. Well, yeah, we're half an hour right now. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah, they told me that they were gonna call me back. They said they had a lot of different other applicants. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Cool.
I mean, I'd never been to a job interview and then got hired like directly after the job interview. Has that ever happened? Does that happen?
It happens to me every time.
It happens to you?
Get interviewed.
Wow. Well, you're very, very like people person-y. I'm just like laid back.
I can just connect with people.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Honestly, though,
people can trust you.
I think the interview that landed me my most recent job, the one I'm at right now, was the best interview I ever had because I came so prepared. I had awesome references. I felt super confident because it was literally exactly what I wanted to be doing at that time, and it was it's in a organization where there are so many opportunities. So awesome. I went in there like laughing, and not to mention I clicked with the people who interviewed me and my current supervisor so well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So honestly, I don't know. I think that was the best interview I ever had. Cause like I was in and out in probably 25 minutes, including a tour that I received where I met all of my current supervisors right now.
Awesome.
And I remember going home and I literally called my dad and I was like, yeah, I basically just got hired.
Killed it.
Waiting for the email back.
Oh, boy.
And like they didn't respond to me right away. I emailed once and then they were like, oh, sorry, forgot to get back to you, but the job is yours. Like you basically had it as soon as you walked in. I'm like, sweet.
Oh man, that would kill me if they didn't email me back.
No, honestly, like I was doing my best to like be like, no, like there was probably other people they were really interested in as well.
Yeah.
And then they emailed me back and they were like, nope, it's yours. I'm like, okay, cool.
Awesome.
Like, and again, like it's super part-time right now, but I know it could potentially turn into an open door.
Yeah.
Which it is.
Oh,
I'm not
boy.
sure how open yet. I guess I'll find out tomorrow.
True.
But we shall see.
That's really good, man. I'm really happy for you.
I'm still I'm excited for you too, Sammy.
Thank you.
Sorry, I called you Sammy.
Yeah, that was my old name.
That was your old name back when
changed-
we were children.
I changed it.
Youngins. Yes, you
I
did.
am different. I am
I
become.
remember. I literally remember one
I
week
am anew.
coming here, calling you Sammy, and the next week you were like, "I'm Sal now." I'm like, "Oh, what?" Okay.
Because my real name is Salvatore, and Sammy was like the nickname of like Sam, because Salvatore means Sam,
Yeah.
and everyone just
You were
parents
just
call me
Sammy.
Sammy. Hi, Sammy.
Sammy.
Oh, Sammy.
And now you're Sal.
And then when I went to high school, I'm just like,
you literally became
okay.
Sal overnight. I was
I'm
like,
like, yeah.
cool.
Well,
Okay. Took me a while to get used to, but now sometimes
Yeah.
I have moments where I call you Sammy still.
And
That's
like a lot of people that I know, like they've never really knew that. They're like, because they thought that my real name was actually Sammy, and I just randomly changed it to Sal.
No, that's what I honestly.
Yeah.
Like as a kid, I thought that too. I was like, who is Sal? Like why?
But
are
on
you
my
Sal?
on my birth certificate, it's Salvatore.
Salvatore.
Yeah, I know. And
Cool.
Sammy was the nickname, but that was not my name. So my real name is actually Salvatore, but I'm called Sal now. That's so interesting that like I
Cool.
changed my name. It's just,
My name has no decent nickname, so I've never done
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
Because
exactly.
I cannot stand being called Mandy. Call me Mandy, I will never speak to you again. no.
She's very demandy.
Ah. Or Manda, I don't mind. Actually, sometimes I refer to myself as Manda, but Christina, your sister and my cousin calls me Mand from time to time. Because I call her Christ.
What up, man?
Christ. Mand. Yes, that's what goes down. Otherwise, no. I'm just Amanda, whatever. Nothing really crazy. Sometimes
Yeah.
people refer to me as Amanda Camps, like on this podcast.
Yeah,
Camps.
because he's a camp counselor.
I've never made that connection
yeah,
before.
that's the connection.
That's right, I was a
That's
camp
the connection.
counselor.
You don't want to say your real name on
Amanda
the
Camps.
internet.
Okay, yeah, true enough.
Okay.
Even though I'm sure you could probably.
Someone could figure it out, but yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay. Because I saw your pal Mikey's Mikey G, which is still kind of borderline.
Oh yeah, because his last name, yeah.
But I don't know where he is, so we can call him Mikey G, Mikey Ghost. So that's cool.
Oh, that works. I see
Yeah.
how you made that connection. I was
Mikey
going to say
Ghost.
Mikey Who, but no,
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
I remember the day he called me. He's like, "Man, I love this podcast. I love what you're doing, man. We got to do this. We got to do this." I'm like, "Yeah, man. Yeah, you're on board." Because he was on the first. He was on the first podcast.
He was your first guest.
He was the first. Yeah.
He's
I
OG.
deleted the first podcast because it was so bad.
It was not good.
It was
guys.
really
It was
bad,
a
and it
waste
kept
of, like,
getting
time.
views. Yeah, it kept getting views, and I knew it was for the wrong reason because it was so bad. It was just like, yeah, but yeah, and then I did it with you, the narcissism in youth. So yeah,
Oh yeah, that's right. Because we said yeah.
interview. Yeah, interview I did. Yeah, so ending. I'm just gonna end that. They told me that they were gonna call me back, and I got,
It's only been a couple. days.
They called me back the next day, and I called, and they left a message on my phone saying, "Can you please call us back?"
Yeah.
And usually people they say, "I'm sorry, you didn't get it," but this lady is really respectable. That's why I really respect her, because she's cool like that. I called her back. She told me that the position was filled. That
Okay.
there was no plot twist coming there. I think everyone kind of figured out that that's where it was going.
Yeah.
Because if it didn't go that way, I would have said at the beginning, "Hey, I just got a new job and my life's perfect." No, I didn't say that.
Exactly.
I didn't say that. Did I say that?
No.
No, I didn't say that. Just saying.
It's all good.
So yeah, that's just ending. I'm just gonna end that bit there because
You ended that on a very bitter note.
No, it wasn't bitter because I am more aware of every job interview I go into, I kind of learn from and I kind of grow and
All right.
figure out.
You sound like me.
Yeah, well,
Very
it's
nice.
True.
You sound like me. You're reflecting.
Yeah, I know.
Getting in touch with where you could learn.
And the fact that you the fact that you can get a job interview looks good too.
Yes.
So that's a good sign.
It is a good sign. Oh, for sure. The fact that you got the interview in the first place.
Yeah, and they
awesome.
shoehorned me in there. It just sucks that I wasn't the deciding factor.
You know what? It just wasn't meant to be. Simple.
Yeah, I know exactly.
You live it, love it, embrace it, move on.
The interview I had before this one was at another local television station, but they're like their source of income is unstable, if I can say that.
Okay.
But then again,
is it non-profit or?
No, they're a private company, and they're not funded by a larger company, which is how it usually goes. It's funded, so they're just local.
Okay.
They only make money off the ads. So basically, if people stop advertising, then they run out of business or they have to do layoffs.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
And the one I did before that, the internship, they are only donations.
Oh, okay. So the other one was non-profit. Okay.
So yeah, they only make money off donations, and because there's another TV station like that called TVO, where it's just like a kids station where they show kind of kids.
TVO's not just kids.
Well, yeah, true. That's true.
It's very it's very specific kind of programming.
Yeah, and they need donations. Yeah.
Yeah, they run solely off of funding and donations.
Yeah, I know. So that's another thing. Like it's good if people keep donating.
It's mostly educational TV, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I keep rubbing my hands. I better not.
Stop. See, I stopped clicking on buttons.
Yeah.
And you are still rubbing your hands. Anyways.
But yeah, it's interesting that I used this podcast a lot in that interview, which was good.
Oh, good stuff.
And they asked me, that's one thing that they asked me a lot of questions about this podcast, which is good. So, any more about anything you want to talk about with your moving situation? Are you good with that?
I'm good. I'm just all of a sudden like hopelessly addicted to wanting to go to like HomeSense and all those homey kind of stores. I want to go to IKEA so bad.
That's awesome.
I have like an itch. I just want to go and buy all of the things and just decorate everything and organize everything. I've never been so organized in my life. I love it.
That's awesome.
Everything is all hung up and folded so neatly. I actually did laundry today because I wanted to do it. I was so excited. I woke up this morning and I was like, yes, I want to fold these clothes because new house, because organization, because fresh start.
Because awesome, because life is good, because just saying.
Just saying.
Oh, yeah.
That is all I have to say.
Yeah, that's all you're saying?
About that. That's all I'm saying today. That's it.
Awesome. I like this episode. It just kind of like we just talked about random things in really random order.
That's okay. That's the way the cookie crumbled, and that's
you love cookies
fine
apparently.
With me. I do.
Yeah,
oh my god,
because you randomly put that.
Okay,
in there.
if we start talking about food, we're gonna be here for another hour. So
okay.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So what did we talk about today? We talked about you were moving, new beginnings. We talked about my interview, which I wouldn't say it's bad. I still learned from it, but moral of the story is learn everything about the job. Learn what other people are saying about the job, and I didn't do that, and I failed, and I totally take responsibility for that, which really sucks.
At least you're acknowledging it. A lot of people will find every reason not to.
Exactly. And the search is on for me in a job that I can go to.
Will. Like,
I will. I know. I'll get there. I'm just, I'm like, where's it gonna be?
Law of attraction.
I know.
Law of attraction.
I know.
You will.
I know.
You're going to
think positively.
Positivity.
Positivity attracts positivity. The secret. That's the secret. Shh. It's a secret.
I like to whisper too.
Oh, shut up.
I'm gonna click buttons.
Oh, buttons and clicking.
Bye guys. Subscribe. Like. Comment.
Check out Rebel Press Interactive Experience on YouTube and Stitcher. No,
Can
YouTube.
we speak in normal people voices again? I don't understand the whole whispering thing.
Alright, guys, you should check out Rabble Press Interactive Experience. They're on iTunes and Stitcher. I'm putting links in the description because they're awesome because they had me on the podcast and that was really fun. If anyone knows where my co-host Mike is, please let him know that we're looking for him.
Mikey G.
Because he is apparently a co-host and he hasn't heard from me. I talk about that on the Rebel Press podcast. It's actually pretty funny.
Can we go get cookies now?
Yeah,
I keep thinking about that cookie.
That's cookies.
Today.
Do you want
chunky and chocolatey and warm.
Okay, want to drop you off? Do you want me do you want to get something cookies before? You know how Max has those special
No.
No, you don't want to go to Max?
No. Actually, I don't think I want a cookie. I think I just want soup.
Okay.
Anyways, I can talk food.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. So, but if you want to subscribe to this podcast, we are on iTunes. I'm still trying to get on Stitcher until they email us back. And just saying.
Just saying.
Sayin podcast. This is it. This is our
done?
unscripted podcast.
Imagine this was scripted. Who would think to sit down and write every single one of our laughs and pauses and strange noises and strange interruptions?
Yeah.
Oh wow, this is so unscripted.
Yeah.
Wow, but maybe this was scripted.
We just ramble on too. It's just it's entertainment.
I mean, I applaud you people that sit there and listen.
Thank you for people listening.
Because like, imagine you were here having this conversation with us. Imagine how entertained you would be. My God. Wow.
I swear, you're gonna listen to this podcast over, and you're gonna hear every single click of that thing.
I will.
And you're gonna be like, I understand why Sal was getting mad at me for clicking the buttons.
Oh, it's okay.
It's all good.
I'm gonna count them.
Thank you for anyone who's listening who heard of us through Rabble Press. That's awesome. You're guys are so cool. And here's some more video game sound effects. You like them?
I do. Give me back. Wanna go with the Walkman and find my Pokemon cards or
Pokemon?
Yes.
Gotta catch them all.
I gotta go, guys.
I'm tired. You're tired.
I'm tired.
I gotta work tomorrow. You gotta work tomorrow.
Yes, I do. I have to program a whole cooking program tomorrow.
You just love food.
I love food.
Anyway, thank you for listening to the Just Saying podcast. Subscribe and stuff, and bye. Have a good day.
Bye.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.